Hey guys, new video today is going to be a 9 question Q&A answer done by JediMaster 1326. He posted a 9 question video, I should say. Other way, reverse strike that. Basically, going to answer that. I can't do the video I want to do, which is the Force Effects lightsaber. I'll probably do that soon. Unfortunately, I have to be quiet to a certain degree. I can only talk, so this will be have to do for now. So, question number 1 is, why do you enjoy Star Wars? Well, the answer is I grew up with it. It was one of the first VHS movies released. It's fairly family friendly, and it's fantasy, which I love. A lot of people argue me that it's not sci-fi. It is fantasy. It's set in a sci-fi setting, but it is actually fantasy. Swords, sorcery. Come on, people. It's very mythological, which I love. It has a whole mythos and arc to it. Deals with all the classic elements of fantasy. Destiny, finding oneself, etc., etc. And I just adore it. I love fantasy. Question number 2: what would you mix with Star Wars? Well, I'm a huge Star Trek fan as well. The new movie, by the way, saw it Saturday morning at free screening. It is phenomenal. It blew my mind. I didn't think they could do it as well as they did. They kept it very true to the characters, to the original storyline. I wasn't a huge original series fan, but I loved DS9 Next Generation. They nailed it. They really did. I would love to see those two universes kind of collide, between people with phasers versus people with lightsabers, Star Destroyer versus the Enterprise. It would just be an interesting battles. It would just be very, very interesting to see Wookiees on a space station next to the Starfleet command. So it would just be interesting to mix the two worlds together. Which of 7 Star Wars films is your favorite? Well, he says 7 films. I know this won't give me any popularity votes. I don't consider Clone Wars a movie. It doesn't hold its own as a movie. It's a good made for TV movie, like lead into the TV show. But as far as it's holding its own against the other 6, it can't touch them. Sorry. It has no John Williams music in it. It has some characters I can't stand. Zero the Hutt, mainly one. And it just doesn't hold its own overall. It's not bad. I own it on Blu-ray. It's not bad. But if I had to pick one of my favorites of the 6, it would be Empire Strikes Back, hands down. An old school Star Wars fan, it was the very first lightsaber duel really shown. The silhouette of Luke and Vader clashing red and blue sabers. It changed my world. It really did. Not to mention, it was a lot more dark than the original. The original was just too happy. Like, it was just too, as they say in Clerks, and it was just a downer note. It's so like life. So, the third one only had fucking Muppets. Anyway, explicit. Sorry. If I had to pick another one, I would be Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith is the best of the 3 new ones. Also, the second best in the 6, in my opinion. So, who's your favorite Jedi? If you had asked me this a couple of years ago, I would have easily told you Yoda. After Episode 2, I was like, hands down, Yoda, Yoda, Yoda. After reading Episode 3's book, before seeing the movie, that changed because of one crucial story plot they kind of introduced, and it's Obi-Wan. The reason why it's Obi-Wan is because his fighting style is based on the very basic defensive style they teach Padawans when they're younger. With most Jedi's, they move on to a different fighting style. That's just a basic style they teach them. Mace Windu has a style based on a creature from his home planet. Yoda has his own fighting style because of his stature, etc., etc. Obi-Wan's the only one who stuck with it so far that he became a master of defensive lightsaber fighting. And through that, became the only Jedi who could take on Grievous because he's strictly defensive and not offensive in the least. Grievous thrives on people trying to attack him. It's that kind of Sith teachings that he was given. So Obi-Wan was strictly the only one who could beat him because Grievous was tearing up other Jedis before him. Anyway, so that's my favorite Jedi. Favorite Sith, if you've looked at my icon on my YouTube page, you know it's Darth Maul. I have Ray Park's autograph on the side over there. saying Darth Maul, or Dark Side to Jason. It just, Ray Park made Darth Maul who he is. Darth Maul is one of the most physically scary and physically ruling opponents anyone could face. I mean, not only has he got the double lightsaber, just look at the movements he does. Look at the intimidation factor where he takes the thing and throws it aside just to intimidate, scare the opponent. And to mention all the moves he can make, all the kicks and everything. It just took on two very skilled Jedi warriors and damn near won against both of them. Favorite Star Wars game? Love the Dark Forces series, Jedi Temple, Jedi Academy, Jedi Rogue Jedi. Was it Shadows of the Empire? Great game. Favorite Star Wars game is going to be Knights of the Old Republic. It introduced an entirely new section of the history, introduced more of this Jedi Sith Civil War, introduced the Republic, which we didn't really know about. I mean, before it was destroyed and made into the current Republic. The Old Republic, thousands of years before, we never knew much about it. So it was kind of a cool way of introducing it. Not to mention it was brought out in a killer RPG. The system was phenomenal. The way they did it. I mean, what can you say? What can you say bad about BioWare? They're one of the best video game companies out there. Favorite Star Wars Clones episode? Bombad Jedi. Because Jar Jar is one of the most underrated characters in the series. Not just Clone Wars, but in general. He got so much hatred after episode 1. In my opinion, he's one of the funniest characters out there. I mean, he dwarfs C-3PO as far as comedy, in my opinion. Not that I have anything against Anthony Daniels. Anthony Daniels is phenomenal as C-3PO. But Jar Jar makes being a klutz an asset. I mean, he made physical comedy work. He turned being a klutz into a weapon. He's such a klutz that he gets the job done. And I love that about the character. I mean, it was like a skill. I imagine playing an RPG, rolling the dice, klutz attack. Yes, I tripped so badly, I knocked this guy down. It's a trip to watch. If you really think it out that way and watch the episode 1 again, it really is a trip to think it out that way. Top 3 items, no longer available. Well, I'll say no longer available / I can't afford to buy them. One, Force FX lightsabers, the Master replica kind. The Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker lightsaber is pretty much gone. It's $300, $400 for just try to find one that was made by Master replicas. They're gone. Power of the Force or Legacy of the Force Millennium Falcon, $150 to $200 online. I can't afford that for just a toy. That is the coolest Millennium Falcon out there. It had great lights, great visuals. It was the toy every kid wanted back in '77 and never got. Next one I'd play was going to be, what was it? I thought this out and I said, oh yeah, it's going to be that. Oh, Sideshow Collectibles. I saw a Darth Maul figure for the Sideshow Collectibles. It actually had a light up blade. Can you believe that? It had a wire going to its hand that lit up the blade. So that his blade was lit up on both sides. But he's in really cool poses and you can kind of move him around. It was crazy. I was like, that is a cool figure. Number 9. Best friend on YouTube. Well, I don't have a best friend in these any of the reviewers. I mean, I love watching the videos of JediMaster 1326, Dale Hunt 000, Sith Lord 229, Warlord Scaper 12, Jedi Exile 22, Stig Listenbull. All you guys, I love your videos. There's a lot of other guys I haven't named. But I don't know you well yet. I do know a gentleman who goes by XPEL, Vic X Thrust X. He's a friend I used to work with at Circuit City. He's a good guy. I mean, him very similar sense of humors. We get going and joking around and stuff like that. We send each other videos all the time. He's my best friend on YouTube right now. So I'm hoping that changes because I would love to get some friends from across the pond that I consider best friends. So if I ever come and visit you, because I'd love to come out and visit like London and France someday in my life, maybe I could stop in and bug you. So anyway, that's my video, Q&A. I need to shorten it down. I did this one before, I basically answered them out before, but it was like 13 minutes long, and I don't think I want to go that long. So, alright guys, until then, may the Force be with you.